The sculpture's title is Three Cows in a Pile. It derives its history from the Second World War, where an Australian artist, Sir William Dobell, was commissioned to camouflage a grass airfield, and he did that by making papier-mâché cows and moving these papier-mâché cows around the air base in the hope of fooling Japanese airmen. The artist's comment was that he thought the authorities had underestimated the eyesight of Japanese airmen, which I agree with.
About 10 years ago, John Kelly was a member of the college and came to my office one day to explain what he was studying. And his great interest was camouflage of the Second World War, and particularly the camouflage used on cows, which were papier-mâché cows used on airfields to, if you like, translate airfields into pastures. Until about 3 months ago, he sent me an email saying that he had 3 cows in a pile and asked whether he could display them at the college. I wasn't quite certain how this would be received by the members of the college, so I put a notice up asking for views, and about 50% said these are great, and 50% these are awful. And of course the one thing we try and do at the college is to sharpen people's minds, make people think about why they like or don't like something. And we're also very keen on new projects. So I felt that on balance we should display them and get the debate moving. It's taken a bit of time to put them together, but here we are on the 7th of August with 3 cows in a pile in the gardens just outside the college, and I can't think of a better place to put them. Or my cows. I think they're brilliant.
The idea with the cows being stacked is that anything in the military is always put in order. The artist William Dobell, who was doing the camouflage, he's very important in Australian art history because he was one of the first modernist painters, and during the Second World War he won a portrait competition where some other artists attempted to take the prize away from him because they described his portrait as a caricature and not a portrait. And there was a big court case that went on for quite a few weeks in Sydney, and so the rest of the world's at war, and these guys are trying to define what a portrait is. And he won the case, but had a terrible effect on the rest of his life. And the portrait in question was of Joshua Smith, who was also a camouflage labourer just before that. And the reason it was so controversial was because he had elongated the neck and given him a small head.
I think the impact of these cows is going to be fantastic. I think they fill a space. I think they're absolutely in line with what this college is trying to do. It's trying to look at new ideas. It's trying to encourage debate. Some people will loathe them. Some people will love them. I adore them. I think they're tremendous. They're tactile, they're monumental, and they're interesting. You can't ask better than that. One for Jenny.
Take the ladder away. Which has the bigger backside, one has to ask oneself.
I think actually. And I think you've got 250 people who are going to look out of their bedroom windows this every morning, and if they don't smile, then they haven't any sense of humour.